Okay, everybody. We're here for the shiur. Boy, that was quick. We're here for the shiur for Shabbos Chanukah. So the wonderful people of Bikur Cholim let me know that tonight's shiur would be taking place at the annual Nesivos Chagiga, the first one actually here in the new Bikur Cholim headquarters in Lakewood. But what I didn't really understand, what I really didn't know, was just how many wonderful volunteers there are for Bikur Cholim. Baruch Hashem, every Thursday night we get to see a nice crowd of them over here, and I get to see how busy it is here and all the tremendous chesed that's being done. But what I did get an extra special eye-opener tonight was the amount of volunteers and the dedication that you come with. And I actually have to give a public thanks of my own. Last week, I didn't make it to the shiur here. We had the shiur in a remote location last week, the reason being that I myself had surgery last week. And I must tell you how many people from Bikur Cholim, the volunteers themselves, called me this week just to make sure I had everything that I needed, that I was comfortable. They wanted to know if I was okay. You know, about an hour after surgery now, they bounce you right out. They throw you out. Doesn't matter what you're having. It could be surgery anywhere, anything. They tell you, listen, the insurance company said you have to leave. They shove you into your car. You don't remember the way home. Somebody drives you home. And the Bikur Cholim volunteers in Lakewood called me. A nice number of them called me this week just to make sure that I had everything that I needed, that everything was good. So I thank you personally. And now I guess I have to redouble my efforts on behalf of Bikur Cholim, because I really do appreciate it. So let's talk a little bit about Shabbos Chanukah. We're coming to Shabbos Chanukah tomorrow night. And Shabbos Chanukah is not just all about these delicious donuts and latkes and kugel and cholent and everything else that we have here. Shabbos Chanukah is a tremendous opportunity to grow. And we say every night of Chanukah, those that say a little bit of the tefillos after you light, we say, Haneros halolu kodesh heim. These candles that we light, kodesh, they're holy. Ve'ein lanu rishus lishtamesh bohem. We don't have rishus to use them. We don't have rishus to do anything with these candles, with these lights. Ela l'roisam bilvad. The only thing that we're able to do with the lights of Chanukah is to look at them. And we all know you're not allowed to use them. And we say that in the tefillah. So Nesivos Shalom asks, what is the meaning of Haneros Halolu Kodesh Heim? What is the great Kedusha of these Neros? So much Kedusha that you light them and you're not allowed to do anything with them. You're not allowed to touch them at all. You really don't see that in other mitzvahs so much. Here, we do the mitzvah, we light the candles, and we're not allowed to do anything with them. And what is this Elo L'roisam bilvad? Where it seems from here that looking at the Neros is such a great and such a big part of the mitzvah. We see from the Gemara. Gemara says, Masechta Shabbos Daf Chav Gimel Amud Aleph, that Haroyeh Ner Chanukah, one who sees a Ner Chanukah, Mivorech. Once again we see that it's Haroyeh. It's the sight, it's the seeing the Ner Chanukah that is a large part of the mitzvah. The seeing of the Neros is an ikar part of the mitzvah. So too we know, anybody especially that learns Hasidic Svarim, you look through before you get to Ner Chanukah, you see all the Hasidic Svarim bring down that just looking at the Neros Chanukah, setting your eyes on the Neros Chanukah, concentrating by looking at the Neros Chanukah is a segula for many, many different inyanim. What is this inyan of looking, the sight, the seeing of the Neros Chanukah? Chazal tell us, and Nesivos Shalom brings down, the Chazal tell us, the pasuk, Ki ner mitzvah, the Torah or. What does this mean? We see the word or by Torah. Ki ner mitzvah, the Torah or. And the Nesivos Shalom brings a mashal. He said, let's say you have somebody that's walking in the darkness. What do? So the person lights a candle. So now when you light a candle, you're able to see all the obstacles in your way. You're able to see the obstacles in the road. You light a candle, it lights up the road in front of you. However, there's one thing that it doesn't save you from. If you just light a candle, it does not prevent any robbers, any criminals, anybody that's going to attack you on the road. It doesn't prevent you from being attacked. When are you prevented? When the day breaks, when it's not nighttime outside anymore, when the day breaks, that's when you feel safe when you're traveling. That's when you feel safe from almost everything. The Nesivos Shalom says that that's what the pasuk means when it says Iner mitzvah, the Torah or. Torah is a different type of light. Torah is the light from the Or Agonos, from the light, the original light that the world was created with. That is what the light of Torah is. The light that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created for the world that was taken away right away. And it was put away for the tzaddikim and those who toil and those who learn the Torah. They have this special light. And this special light, we know, if you learn the Mishnah and Pirkei Avos, this special light of Torah, many people, when they learn Torah, so the Mishnah tells us that you're not allowed to use the Torah for gaiva. You're not allowed to use the Torah to trumpet your own horn. You're not allowed to use the Torah to show off for yourself. The Mishnah says, "U'ishtamesh b'soga chalav." If somebody uses the Torah, then chas v'shalom, there's a punishment for that. A person will pass away from this world. A person is not supposed to use the Torah. And the Torah, why? Because the Torah is that special light. The light of the Torah cannot be used for your personal use. Only lishma. We learn Torah lishma. So the light of Chanukah, this light of Chanukah that we light, is from the same Or Hagonos, says the Nesivos Shalom. This is the light of Torah, Kiner mitzvah v'Torah Or, and the light of Torah cannot be used. It cannot be used for anything else. So now we have a beautiful teretz. So of course, haneros halalu koydeshem. These lights that we light for Chanukah are kodesh kodashim. Ve'ein lanu reshus leishtamesh bohem elo l'roisam bilvad. The same way you're not allowed to use the light of Torah, it's the same light. The light of the Or Agonos, the Neros Chanukah, are exactly the same light as the Or of Torah. This light is not meant for your own personal use. Ella l'roisam bilvad. And sight is something which is not physical. Sight is something which is the light for who? The light for your neshama. It's not for your physical being. The Milchama of the Yevonim, what the Yevonim wanted to do, to us by the whole Nes of Chanukah, the Yevonim wanted lahachshich what? Eineihem shel Yisrael. The Yevonim had no taina on our Gashmias. They didn't want to affect our Gashmias. They didn't want to punish us in a Gashmiastic way. The Yevonim wanted lahachshich eineihem shel Yisrael. They wanted our ruchnias. Sight, seeing, eineihem, is a ruchniastic thing. It's not physical at all. They did not want our neshama to feel this light of Torah. The Neiros Chanukah that we light every night, those Neiros are what directly counteracts what the Yevonim wanted. It's Ella l'roisam bilvad. We want that light to go straight into your neshama, because sight is something, when you take something in with your eyes, it's not a physical thing. It goes straight into your neshama. Therefore, what the Gemara says is good. Haroya ner Chanukah. Someone who sees the ner Chanukah, mivorech, because that was the whole Nes of Chanukah. That is what the Yevonim wanted to do to us. And when we see the light, we're only allowed to see it. That's the Iker Mitzvah. This light of the menorah and the Or Agonos, says the Nesivos Shalom, it's not something that was once in the past. Not something that only our Eltazaitis and the previous generations have access to. It's a light that every single year, when it comes Chanukah, every one of us, throughout all the generations, has access to this light. Chazal tell us that when Aaron HaKohen saw that the Nesiim, which we learn every day on Chanukah, that the Nesiim were bringing the Karbanas, Aaron HaKohen, who was not going to bring one of the Karbanas, had Chalishas Hadas. Aaron was very upset. All the Nesiim were able to bring Karbanas and not him. So you know what? HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw that Aaron HaKohen was upset. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu, you know what? Tell Aaron HaKohen the following. Shelecha godo mishalehem. What you have is even greater than what the Nesiim had. She'ato meitiv es haneros v'shelecha kayim lo'ad. What you have This lighting that you're busy with the menorah, that's going to be forever. You have something that is greater than the Nesiyim. I know everybody here is thinking the same kasha. What are you talking about? The Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, and there's no menorah. The Beis HaMikdash is away. There's no menorah. There's no Nesiyim. There's no karbanos, but there's also no menorah. Zok the Ramban. The Ramban says over there in Parshas Bahaloischa, the Ramban says that these lights that Aaron HaKohen was promised is referring to, you know what's never going to be batel? Those are the Neros Chanukah. They will never be batel. Adlakas Neros Chanukah will always be there. The Kedusha that we had in the Beis HaMikdash, the Kedusha of the Neros, that lives on in the Neros Chanukah. And you know why? Without these Neros, the Farshim bring, Chazal tell us, without these Neros, we would not be able to withstand the gulus that we are going through. If we take advantage of this light and the closeness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that the lights of Chanukah bring to us, then we could persevere. We could last through the Golus, through anything and everything that the Golus throws at us. You know what Golus creates? Golus creates a darkness. We see it now more than ever. We go through things, we see things in the news, we see things going on in the world. It's dark, and Nesivos Shalom brings down that during the Ikvus of Mashiach, which we are right in the middle of right now, during the Ikvus of Mashiach, there's even more Hester Panim. The closer you get to Mashiach, the more darkness there is, and the more that it's hidden. But just like by Gashmias, you know, we say the Gemara tells us many times that a summa is chashav kameis. Somebody who's blind is chashav kameis. It doesn't say that somebody who's missing an arm, chas v'shalom, a leg, somebody who can't talk, somebody that doesn't say anything about that he's chashav kameis. Only a summa, somebody who's blind, someone who can't see, is chashav kameis. But you know what says in Nesivos Shalom? That's in Gashmias. In Ruchni, it's the same thing. Someone who doesn't open his eyes, someone who doesn't want to see the light, that doesn't look at the Neros Chanukah and take it all in, take it in for your neshama, grow with it. Someone who doesn't learn the lessons that we can have, Ruchni is for Golos, you know what? He's also chashav kameis, but he's spiritually dead. Somebody who doesn't see is physically dead, the Gashmias. But somebody who doesn't open their eyes and see the light of Torah, the Ora Torah, the Ora Gonus, that same light which is in Neros Chanukah, he's spiritually dead. So you know what we have to do? We have to take advantage. Tomorrow night we have a double dose. You have your Neros Chanukah and you have your Neros Shabbos, and we go through a whole thing. If a person only has money for one thing, do you do Neros Shabbos? Do you do Neros Chanukah? All the Mefarshim and the Gemaras, they go back and forth. Bavli, Rishalmi, what do you do? But you know what? We're all fortunate. We don't have to make that decision. Everybody here will have Neros Shabbos, Neros Chanukah tomorrow night. Open your eyes. Take it in. That's the light of the Ora Gonus. Concentrate a little bit. Catch up. Slow down. Catch up with your life. Catch up with, let's take it all in. Let's take the Ruchnius of Chanukah and take it with us for the whole year. It's a special light, and it comes around only when a person's learning Torah, but in a day, it comes around on Chanukah, and especially on Shabbos Chanukah. So mix that all in with all the chesed that you do. The chesed you all come together to do every single week and volunteering for Bikur Chaylim. Chesed is something which lights up the entire world. You want to light yourself up. Mix your chesed with the lights of Chanukah. Thank you so much for being here. It's amazing to see this very, very special crowd. May you all be zoicha to take in the Neros Chanukah. Be zoicha to have a happy and healthy year. Met Hashem, we should all be together next year, Chanukah in Yerushalayim.